hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? Wait! Don't go just yet. I've been practicing for this. Here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Aw, don't be like that. I never get to do this part. Please. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's purple bear. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanj. But that's all outside our walls.
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't wait.
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not.
Ah, the nostalgic stench of home. Can't say I missed.
Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though. Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters... Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor? I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Boss, come on. Black Hole Birdie, the Hole Meister.
That's Bertie Holcomb. Only one of the greatest tossball hackers ever. Everyone's heard of him, even on Monarch. We still get some of the games. You been living in a sulfur pit or something? Oh, you're real funny. Guess I don't feel so bad for missing what goes on in the rest. I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less value. Thanks a bunch.
Could I get another advance? Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it. But if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago. Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. Oh, I don't need any of it. It's also I can talk to Sebastian. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff, and some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell. Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises. You think that's what I'm looking for? You're funny. Not in Stellar Bay. Everyone else who isn't taken either smells like salt tuna or they're my boss. Besides, a man with a good smile and a proportionate upper to lower body ratio isn't something to pass up. Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
It's always
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry. Well, if you're that friendly about it, then you definitely aren't one of Catherine's sublight toughs. My mistake. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grim his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it? It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too. Damn right it is. Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. Fine by me. Sublight boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer. Something else on your mind? Braxton. He's in charge of... He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals. But he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. I would if I weren't busy here picking. Since you don't seem to be constrained, tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Stealing's such a nasty word. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the... Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat, and mostly tumor-free. Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operation. He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more. Because we've got a budget, all right? And in case you haven't noticed, MSI doesn't exactly have a lot of spare bits on hand. Not on Monarch. Sanjar threw out the old work mandates and penalties. Sure, until your workers start making ridiculous demands. You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it with... If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say. Hard workers? Caleb and his crew have it better than it. I don't have the bits for it. Besides...
She's principled, in at least this area. I will begrudgingly give her that.
Thank you. I think. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate. For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life. Maybe so, but I bet you Caleb runs out. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home. Fine by me.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
I think I'm gonna be sick. I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh? Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry. Oh, in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
Joined a pack of wild raptidons. Murder? Hey, is this the part where we go hunting for clues?
What a gruesome way to die.
What's that smell coming out of Celia's apartment?
Probably whatever she bought from that guy who sells animal parts.
Sebastian?
I swear, she buys something from him every day.
Please, will someone help me? My boy's in trouble. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a Raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak. Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the man to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the Raptidons, Mantisaurs, and Marauders, the toxic sulfur pools and poisonous glands, but he didn't listen. Please, won't you go and find my boy? He's been pining for an adventure. Says he's tired of living cooped up behind the walls. But he doesn't understand how dangerous it is out there. I warned him. A Raptidon would snap him up first chance it got. I just know one's ripped his arm off and is gnawing on it his sweet little fingers. He should have listened to his mama. I promised I'd keep him safe here with me. Well, I guess I can't ask you to leave the town walls for free. It is deathly dangerous out there. I've got some bits saved up for a rainy day. I'll give you... He's been listening to those awful broadcasts that the iconoclasts put out. I begged Sanjar to put a stop to them, but did he? No! And now I just know my boy's run off to Amber Heights. That is, if a Mantiqueen hasn't spooled out and eaten his entrails for breakfast already. Those low-life degenerates, leading innocent boys into a life of danger. Oh, they make it sound so exciting. Like it's noble to risk it all out there, fighting for the greater good.
Not sure I'm seeing the problem here.
You're one of them, aren't you? You should be ashamed of yourself, young man. Just as your mama would be. How noble is it to worry your loved ones? Not at all, I say. But still they preach their sermons of anarchy and rebellion to anyone who listened. If they weren't holed up in Amber Heights, I'd knock them all upside the head. That old settlement, southwest of Stellar Bay. I don't know which is worse, the thought of my son shacking up with the nutty iconoclasts. Or that he never made it. Sprats could be nesting in his rotting body alongside the road as we speak. Or maybe Marauders got him, pulled all his teeth out, crushed him into their drugs and made him snort them. Oh, the things that could happen to my sweet baby. Thank you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
hold on to your hats, children. This ride is about to get ugly.
We gotta go exploring. I want to see some savages.
Nice hit! Good brawl! That's one down!
Can we do that again? A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I, for one, welcome a reprieve from our travels. That is, if you'll have us, kind sir.
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable. Excellent. You've arrived at... Please, make yourself at home until it's ready. I think I just lost my appetite.
Oh, hello there. You come for dinner? That's nice. We had someone else over a week ago or yesterday. I forget. It just gets hard to remember things. I recall moments, feelings, but the details slip. Other times it's like there's fog. Sorry, have we talked about this before? That's nice of you. I usually feel better after I eat. Mama said dinner's almost ready, huh?
What a pleasant surprise. And just when I was beginning to fear we'd seen the last of good company for a spell. Yet the eternal...
Only if you give yourself over to the plan, Martha. May I call you Martha?
By all means, just make yourself comfortable. Company is always a reason for cheer. The Eternal does not desire that we huddle and hide, crowded in by walls. We all share the spark of the divine, and we were made to spread it across the stars. Out here, we are free. And even apart from society, the universe provides for us, as your being here proves. Just that your presence here is a gift to us, and one that we don't take for granted. Look at me, prattling on as if this gravy is going to cook itself. Why don't you run along until we are ready for dinner?
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies? That's wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal. He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that. They went to have a talk with him. Afterward, I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. Okay.
That was real nice of her, inviting us to dinner like that.
Hey, I saw that. What do you think you're doing? You know, you made a real generous argument. Hey, what are you doing in my room? Liar! You're trying to steal the last of my rocket candies, aren't you? The ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on it. Like the other man used to bring.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have nightmares about this.
It is unnatural, an affront to the grand plan.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you?
Quickly, my dear. He's getting agitated. We can't let the meat spoil.
Don't worry. We'll make this quick.
Nice one, Captain! Round and go! Yes, the These people deserve much, much worse.
Always wanted to visit Stellar Bay. Taking the sights, the sounds. Wait, what's that smell?
The trick is not to breathe through your nose.
All right, hushing up.
Great work.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in that he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift. That's... wow. I sure feel like an ass now. Oh, sure. Because still, something else on your mind? Unless, if Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire some... I don't even want to think about that. Fine. Tell Caleb he and his team can have their raise, but I need them back here immediately.
Smells like wrapped in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from Sebastian to cover up the saltiness smell. But this...
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding all over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn Rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you? Name's Nyoka. I'm the best big game hunter on the planet.
You're also the loudest big game hunter on the planet. And the drunkest.
Shut the fuck. Fair point. I deserve it, though.
You're a hunter? You ever killed a Rapt with your bare hands?
Matter of fact, I was just regaling our drink master here of a time when a baby Rapt snatched an heirloom of mine. Had to chase it halfway to Fallbrook. When I finally caught it, I was so mad I tore its jaw clean off. Reached in, wrenched my medallion from its belly.
A burn? You were disfigured? That Rapt leave you with some sort of grisly-looking scar?
Hey now, woman's gotta have her secrets. Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you? Another in a long line of damn fools trying to cut. What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You'll have to get me something to clear my head. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set. Well, they work. We got a deal or what? Ah, the charmer. All of the above?
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep what? Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
New face, huh? You from Offworld? A ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? Sure thing. What did you want to discuss? How'd you manage that? Wait, never mind. If I Here, take this as compensation. It ain't a lot, but I hope it shows how much we appreciate all you've done.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young man you are. Who's your lucky friend, dearie? Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join M. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry. Why, Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them. Oh, you flatter an old woman. And to keep an extra key to the supply room, for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his. The one upstairs, where we store our medicines. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor. The graveyard.
You're gonna go tussle with some raptidons?
Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie. Chin up, dear.
Wrapped musk and canidized, right here.
Mr. Millstone, you seem like a young man who could use some direction in your life.
Is this about me ending up in the wrong bunk? Because I swear I wasn't that drunk. The hallway's disorienting.
Son, you can always come to me for spiritual guidance, but not between 2 and 4 a.m.
Also, I am... Who would... That's what you get. That's the last of them! Anyway, as I was saying. Also, I am really sorry about your floor.
Forget I broached the topic. Let's just pretend last night didn't happen. I wonder what secrets these ruins contain.
Exploring some ruins, killing some monsters. All we're missing is theme music. One down! Nice hit! Score one for Felix. You know, Vic, starchier than a Spectrum potato, but you got a mean left hook, and I respect that.
Thanks.
How does it feel?
How does what feel?
Serving an instrument of corporate supremacy?
Let me hazard a guess. You're talking about the church.
Isn't it true the OSI is just a cog in the machine of oppression?
I'm glad you're asking questions, Felix. Curiosity is the foundation of the scientific faith.
Don't try and convert me, preacher.
I hear those rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for yacht
Musk. Ah, the charmer. All of the above? More or less dangerous than a steady... Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? We'll be going... That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
Long as you've got my back, I'll have yours. Welcome to the Unreliable Crew.
A ship? Well, look at you. I'll find a spot there to call my own for now. Find me when you're ready.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born? Born.
Yeah.
We're here. Right.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all... So who do you follow?
Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the Marauder, most of the time it's static on account of the frequency.
You get to listen to games all day? Stellar Bay...
It's pretty swell, but it's a whole lot better with company.
Say, I don't think I've seen you before, and I'd remember...
I'll try not to be a stranger then. Name's Felix, by the way.
You should stop by more often. The games are always better when you've got someone to celebrate with.
Sounds like a good time. I wouldn't mind bringing a couple drinks and...
Look at me, getting carried away again.
So, what can I do for you?
poor I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. Right. So the thing with Isaac is sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch. I don't know for sure, but they're hooligans. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Good. Someone's gotta. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when... Here to catch a game? I'm afraid What can I do for you? Grams, all it means is the tossball games get to us in fragment.
So, Vic, what was it like in prison?
I don't like to talk about it.
Was it run by Spazer's choice?
What part of I don't like to talk about it do you not understand? Is it the don't? Because it can't be the talk.
I bet it was a Spazer's choice prison. Did you taste the freedom?
It baffles me why the captain puts up with your willful idiocy, Mr. Millstone.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your...
Hey! What are you doing here? This is our... Berta already pissed by those crates to Mark. Listen, that and not that it's any of your business. How? That was supposed to go out with the next batch of salt tuna. What are you suggesting, pal? Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here... Fine, we're going. This ain't work...
Well, new business turns. Celia, did...
That you did.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can...
You've often posed these very
Clear my schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me. Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like... I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for salt tuna. Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular... I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
Because he's scared to go it alone. You need the board to hold your hand until...
Surviving alone isn't as easy. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been... Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, yes, freedom.
Can't imagine why...
I used to be young. Exactly.
Sounds like something out of the chairman's own...
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
Well?
On our time. Are you out of your... Well, we can't continue.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
It's true. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach. And the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay with a Bolt 52 car. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive...
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halsey.
I was starting to get bored listening to you, till you said the phrase
It is quite the rush. I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't...
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be in the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar... And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons. Do be careful. I've lost... Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some... dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. What can I do for you? But that's terrible. I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them. Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services. I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff? Well, that's excellent. What else can I do for you? Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes. Why wouldn't anyone? They own...
Yeah, and once you go back to him, he'll...
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system.
To be on the board is to be part of the colonial community. And being cut off means slow strangulation. I fear the MSI citizens who've been dissolved. If membership... Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more...
Don't get ahead of your...
Yes, yes. My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here. And who knows? Perhaps once we're... I've asked myself this... Not intentionally. For many years, this planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1. Really?
Here, though, the result...
And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out. Our leadership...
And how did that...
Most regard... But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI. It's humane. And creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms. No, they laughed in our faces and insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2, along with everyone else. Yes, I moved, yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages. I don't think I realized how
Your first mistake?
I understand the sentiment, but I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. It's illegal. That's exactly how the board describes it. Yes. What can I do for you?
No one saw me trip over that, right? Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match? No one? Really? Quietly. You won't get hurt from me. Gotta get past that over! That's the last of them. Heads up! I think that's working, boss! Right here, boss! Find another weapon! That's the last of them. Incoming! Right hit!
you.
Jackass is incoming! You're gonna suffer! You're all right.
we go. Got him, boss.
Everyone all right? I'm just saying, if we did need to dispose of a body, this would be a good spot for it.
Watch your step around those pools, boss. Heads up, boss!
Incoming!
Right, you!
Our skills are unrivaled. What was the score on last night's game? I missed it.
Last night's game? Backers 16, Darlings 3. How do you like them, mock apples, Max?
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits.
Keep your wits about you. This is sublight territory.
We gotta make for the bar. Play a couple rounds, crack a couple heads. You know, socialize.
You seen Arthur today?
My dry goods come 75% guaranteed mold-free. Or was that 75% mold-free? No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.